The governor's executive order will benefit about 180,000 Kentuckians. It does not apply to those who have been convicted of violent crimes, sex crimes, bribery, or treason.
So those two charges that I had accumulated at the age of 18 at 38 still haunt me today because I have that scarlet letter of a convicted felon on my record.
Shelton McElroy has been convicted of trafficking marijuana and an escape charge at 18. And up until 2006, he was without his voting rights. The process for getting it back was not easy.
That I had to write an essay advocating on behalf of myself. I had to acquire 3 letters of recommendation from the community. I had to send in a copy of my former convictions.
Brian Wright, who has also been convicted of a drug charge, went through a similar process. But Tuesday, Governor Beshear announced that he will make that process easier for thousands of other convicted felons who have served their time.
Research shows that ex-felons who vote are less likely to commit new crimes and return to prison.
And now it feels like, I'm a citizen again.
For those who will benefit from the executive order, they will have to pick up a restoration of rights form from a parole or a probation office. Here on Broadway, I'm Annalisa Gale, WLKY News.
And about an hour ago, we talked with Governor-elect Matt Bevin. He supports restoring voting rights for convicted felons, but questioned the timing of Governor Beshear's executive decision.
He's made a decision that he's dumped on our plate without any consultation with us. And while it's one that I like in terms of where we're going, I'm not sure that he has been thoughtful enough to give us something that's actually workable. And that's what I have to determine.
And Governor-elect Matt Bevin says that he has not read the order. He plans to evaluate and see if there is something that he will allow to stand under his administration. Governor Beshear leaves office in 2 weeks. Now, some Kentucky lawmakers are also taking exception to Governor Beshear's action. House Minority Floor Leader Jeff Hoover said in a statement that he supports restoring voting rights, but added the governor has chosen to usurp the authority of the Kentucky General Assembly through executive order. It should be the role of the legislature, not one person, which should address these issues through legislative debate. Governor Beshear did say he remains hopeful the legislature will put a constitutional amendment on the ballot so voters can make the restoration permanent.
Mayor Fisher is among those praising Governor Beshear's decision, saying voting is one of the most fundamental rights given to Americans. I'm thankful Governor Beshear has corrected this injustice, allowing thousands of nonviolent felons who have served out their sentences the opportunity to have their voices heard. Until today, Kentucky was one of only 4 states which did not automatically restore voting rights to felons.